What's going on, guys? So I am tackling a really quick project in the 23 GMC Denali with the 5 3/4 foot bed. And that project is I am installing this access bed mat. Now it is a carpeted material with a foam backer. See right there, 1/2 inch thick. Does a really good job of protecting the bed. I've actually used one of these in the F450 for several years. Recently swapped it out with a bed rug so I could do kind of a side-by-side comparison over time of each one of them and how they hold up. Marine grade again, very cool. It will hold a little bit of water, kind of like marine grade carpet does until it dries out. But we're gonna see how it works in here. I don't anticipate abusing the bed of this truck in a crazy way, so it should hold up relatively well. I removed the black armor and I did kind of a side-by-side evaluation. That's gonna be in another video. But super easy to install. It's super lightweight. This thing weighs like almost nothing. So very, very easy for anybody to be able to install in their vehicle compared to the black armor, which definitely is a bit of a chore, especially considering it's a 1/2 inch thick mat that's essentially made out of recycled rubber tires. But what I do is I ignore the little alcohol wipes that come with it. I get my own little thing of 91% alcohol, wipe it on, and then I have some 3M adhesion promoter. And then I essentially clean it up with the alcohol, put the adhesion promoter on after the alcohol all dissolves away, and then I stick these little button connections on the inside of the little holes right here, and then peel the backing off, press them down, and voila, you're done. Only thing I'll have to do to this is something that I did to the black armor, and that is cut out a little spot right up here for the drain plugs for the tonneau cover cassette back here. And then I'll just make small little slits, which is nice. With the black armor, you know, I had to use a hole saw. With this, I can just take a pocket knife, cut a little hole, and poke it through. So there's pros and cons to everything. This is not going to be nearly as durable overall or nearly as puncture resistant as the black armor, but this is going to provide a lot of cushioning. It's going to be really comfortable on your knees, and if you load things in the bed of your truck that most people do, this will probably hold up just fine for as long as you have it in the bed of your truck. If you plan on throwing bricks, if you plan on throwing heavy objects in the bed of your truck, and you're just that type of a truck owner that, you know, you really don't care about the bed of your truck, you see it as more as a workbench or something that you can abuse, well, the black armor is certainly going to take a beating more than something like this would. But I really like this because it does provide a lot of cushioning, provides a lot of protection, marine grade carpet, so it's not designed to hold water indefinitely. It's not going to build mold and bacteria and stuff like that. And it's super lightweight and easy to install, which makes things really nice. So we'll finish this off real quick, and then I'll give you a kind of an overall view of what it looks like once it's installed. You know, it's funny, and I was just thinking about it. You could technically layer the two on top of each other. So you could put this on top of the black armor if you wanted to, because they both simply mold to the floor of your truck. They don't taper up at all, so there's no real need for it to be like this exact glove fit in terms of how low it sits. And if you did that, man, you would have really the ultimate protection, because, you know, this thing weighs all of almost nothing. That right there is about 90 pounds, so you're probably at about 95 pounds total if you use both of these. And you put that on top of that in the bed of your truck, well, you have kind of the ultimate protection, because it's really, really going to provide you a tremendous amount of puncture protection, while at the same time giving you comfort to be able to crawl around the bed of your truck with your knees without scraping yourself up on the spray and bed liner. So that's really cool. But yeah, we got it installed. Looks really nice. I mean, it's what I expected. These little holes do actually a pretty dang good job, but they do start coming off over time. You know, they're easy enough to kind of put back on, but if you have a bed cover, you don't really have to worry about it that much. I'll tell you, we get a ton of these little Mexican honey wasps here. Let me zoom in on them. And they will sting you, because I have gotten stung pretty bad by one of these already. But they fly everywhere. They get all over everything. And there's a hive somewhere. We took down one of the hives already. We just can't find the hive for this, and they look like paper wasps, the hives, almost football shaped, about the size of a basketball, loaded with these things, like thousands of them, and they will attack you. So trying to find the next hive so we can remove it, because the last thing I want is my family getting attacked by these things, but they get everywhere. Anyways, what do you guys think of it? Super cool. What do you think of my idea? Should I take this back out, put this in, and then put this on top of that to have the ultimate bed protection? Or, you know, do you just kind of think the way I do with this, leave out the roughly 90 pounds that this thing weighs and just keep a a much softer, more practical bed mat inside of the bed of this truck. Now, if I were a welder, if I constantly abused the bed of my truck, if I was constantly throwing big heavy objects, throwing tools, you know, saws, things like that, and just kind of leaning them over and dropping them in, that would be the route I'd go. That thing right there is just, it's far more robust overall. It's just designed to take ridiculous abuse. The way I kind of like to equate this is, you know, when I talk about RVs and frames and things like that, and people are like, well, RV frames should be 1/4 inch thick I-beams and they should be able to hold up to 30,000 pounds and they should never be able to flex. You know, that's what this is for bed mats. They built the heaviest because it, you know, weight didn't really matter to them because of what they were trying to accomplish, but they built the heaviest, thickest, most robust bed mat in the world to be able to put in the back of your truck, even though 99.99% of people may not ever utilize this thing to what it's truly capable of handling, and something like this may be more practical for them. So it really comes down to you. You know, there's a lot of people that do that with hitches as well. They'll only tow around a 6,000 pound trailer, but they'll buy a 30,000 pound rated hitch that, you know, throws their back out every single time they try to install it in the receiver of their vehicle, knowing that they're never going to use it, but they essentially use it as a reinforced bump stop in case somebody bumps into their bumper, or, you know, they use it just in the event that they, you know, come across a trailer that their half-ton truck has to tow that weighs 30,000 pounds. So, yeah, super ultimate bed mat, super cool, 90 pounds. I really say that because that's 90 pounds that you're taking away from the capacity of your vehicle. That weighs probably more than twice as much as most of your Super Duty hitches that you look at and you consider getting, but you're like, man, that thing's just way too big and heavy. Well, that's the equivalent in terms of a bed mat. This right here weighs so little. I mean, just, it is hardly any weight at all. It comes in a plastic sleeve bag. Whenever you pick it up or wherever you get it from, it's going to weigh like 3 to 5 pounds. It weighs nothing. It takes all of 15 minutes to install in the bed of your truck, only because you really have to clean up the areas where you put the little sticky things down. You can crawl on it, you can load things on it, you can abuse it, just maybe not as much as you could abuse that. Anyways, guys, I'll put a link to this in the description of the video, and I'll put another link to the black armor mat in the description if these are things you may be interested in for your truck. And my sponsors over at eTrailer carry all this stuff, so big shout out to them. Guys, if you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon.